So, welcome, Carly.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here with you. I can't believe we met here, of all places.
Oh my God, we are in Boston. I'm so excited because I've been all the trip. We came on holidays, and actually, to be honest, we were going to do this interview online.
Yep.
But some technical issues, it didn't come out well, and we thought, you know what? I'm going to the US in a few weeks. Let's do it there. It worked out for you, so
perfect.
I'm so happy you come to Boston.
It was meant to be.
I know, but you drive all the way here, and
okay.
I'm so...
It gave me a good excuse to come to Boston, because I don't come up here enough. It's only 2 hours away, and I don't visit. So it's Christmas, I can do some stuff, walk around after.
So
it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's a very cold day today.
I know.
Thank God we have this cozy space here.
This is perfect. Perfect.
So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. And of course,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I feel
honored.
I had to have you here. I had to have you. You're part of my history.
Oh, thank you.
And to put a little bit on perspective, Carly and me, we were in the same class actually in our teacher training.
Yep.
So actually, I'm very glad to have you here because in this first season of the podcast, we're meeting the teacher. And actually, I would love to know how everything started for you.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit, how did yoga appear first in your life?
My yoga journey. So it started with, I was doing yoga on and off for like the past 15 years. And then I stepped away from it. I got busy. I was cooking full time. This was my job before moving into teaching full time, was working in kitchens. So I didn't really have any time for anything outside of work. It's long hours in restaurants, a high demand. So anytime you're off of work, you just want to rest at home or go out for dinner, something, things like that. So some things started to settle down in my life, and I was able to visit this small yoga studio that was local to me. When I went in there, I just felt this relief. I felt like it was just what I had been looking for some time, and that was what hooked me back and made my practice regular again. So it was like on again, off again, but then I was like, I'm committed now at this point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think the beginnings, I was following you even before, I think, that you were posting until you then changed totally your career.
Yeah.
Because this is also, I think, something really brave that you've done, because now you're teaching full time, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's great. And how was that? Because I would love to know that.
Of course.
Because, that's a big step.
I encourage everyone to, luckily I've had the support of my husband as well. So it would be tremendously difficult if it was just my income, because as a teacher we don't really get paid that well to teach a class, and that's unfortunate. I feel like for the value that you're offering, it should be maybe a little bit more, but that's another story. But I've been lucky to have my husband. We have dual income, so he was able to help support kind of the lack in the income.
In the
transition, and he's been 1000% supportive and encouraging, and he saw the passion that I had for teaching, and also the skill and the gift, I guess you would say, for supporting students and being in the room, and how much energy it gave me. So he wanted to make sure that we did whatever we could together to make sure that I could continue towards that dream. But even without that, that's scary to step aside from what you've done your whole working life.
Yes.
And to enter into a new world. Almost, I know yoga studios as a student, but going in as a teacher, being in the front of the room, having these people trust me, and believing that this could be right for me, getting rid of that imposter syndrome, and knowing I'm actually good at this. I'm actually able to support my students in the way that they need to be. So it was a scary jump, but I think that when you make that decision, everything shows up to support you. I got class opportunities. I got new studios were opening in my area. People were reaching out to me for classes. So I think that when you make a decision and it's aligned, things will show up that you never expected. And that's what happened for me, because just really unique situations where they were just perfectly aligned just at that time where
it was there.
Yeah, but I never could have planned ahead. It was like I had to take the jump and then kind of trust to keep making. So
now you're teaching full-time.
But it's fitness as well. I'm learning different formats, so it went from, it's not full-time just yoga classes, and that's the other thing I've found, that I have to be flexible if I want to do it full-time. So some fitness classes as well. So.
Okay, and that was also new for you.
It was brand new.
That's why I say that I think it's like really, really brave.
Thank
at
you.
the end, because you stepped out totally of your comfort zone. And that is probably my next question. How was the turning point from going from a student to a teacher? Because that's a big step.
Yeah, that was a huge step. I was terrified to teach. I remember before my first class, it was an audition for a studio to teach at. I had every word I was going to say, I had it written down in the script in my notes. And then I still messed it up. And just thinking at the end of that class, my husband was in the class and some of our friends, and afterwards we went out to eat, and they were wanting to hear what my experience was like internally, and I just had nothing to say because I thought, this isn't for me. I don't know. I'm not comfortable. I'm so out of my elements. People are looking at me and they want me to tell them what to do, and I'm creating this experience, or I'm supposed to be. So at first I didn't know for sure, but something in me, I guess something in me knew, but when you have that first, I'm sure you know, when you're in the front of the room, it's like,
your first class.
Yeah.
I always say the first class, I was terrified. I remember my husband was with me too in my first class, and I was shaking. And I've never been afraid of talking in front of people,
Sure.
But when you have a whole room sitting in front of you, and I thought, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Why they came?
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm going to teach them?
Yeah, yes.
I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to forget the half of the sequence. But that's why I say that you did an incredible step. Going from one job to full-time teaching, it's a really brave. So I have to say it. Thank you for sharing this experience, because I think it can encourage also other yoga teachers. That most of the people I know around my circle, they teach part-time, because also I don't know how in the US is, but in Spain salaries for yoga teachers are terrible. It's like most of the studios, they expect that you just teach as a volunteer, and it's
because it's a passion. They think that it's not
and you
really.
think, yes, but if you want to do it as a volunteer, you need to be earning somewhere, you know?
Yeah, and also think about the amount of time you put into your training and all the workshops and the skill development. It's like you should be paid reciprocal.
Yes.
You should be paid well to do it.
Exactly. Like any other profession. At the end, this, is something that it comes out of your soul, because I think to teach, you need to have the call. Otherwise, you cannot just teach yoga. It's something that it needs to be in you.
I had a unique experience with my very first studio. I was a student there for a while, and then the owner of the studio knew I was finishing my training. She invited me in to teach. But she's one in a million. She's pays me very well, more than I expected, and she pours into me as far as wanting me to be encouraged to take retreats, workshops, and things like that. And then the other place I just happened to work when I started teaching a couple months later, the gym, they paid very well because they're corporate, so they're able to pay a little bit more. So I had a unique experience where not every situation is similar to that. So that was a big blessing for me.
If you end up with good professionals, there are studios that they pay very well, because I've got also friends that they're teaching full time, and they are been lucky to find a good place where they really trust them and they spend on them.
Yeah, and the support. That's such a beautiful thing to have. God. Yeah.
But Carly, I know a lot about you, about yoga, but beyond the mat, what do you do?
A lot of things. I'm always buzzing around. I'm like a ball of energy most of the time. During the season, like when it's warmer out, I like being outside. I like gardening. I like hiking, walking outside around my neighborhood. And then when it's colder out, we were talking about knitting before. I like doing things with my hands when I'm sitting. Even if we're watching a movie, I like to have something that I can do.
And you painting too.
And I paint. I love painting. I don't do it enough, but I just love. It's very intuitive for me too. I don't really plan what I'm going to paint. I just kind of, colors are here and I go wild with it.
That's nice.
I like things. I guess I'm very artistic. I really like creating. So So that's...
I think it's important, you know, that we use our creativity at doing this job too.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like a kind of meditation for us, creativity, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a place where we can exploit.
Absolutely.
And I guess you're still cooking.
Yes, at home. At home. I've been really using, do you know the Instant Pot?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've been using...
Oh, don't talk about the Instant Pot.
Oh no, I've been using the Instant Pot for everything lately, and it's amazing.
I love it. I love it. We just got it a year ago, I think. A year ago. I cook every day with it.
Me too.
Everything.
It's so convenient.
You can do everything.
Everything. I love
discovered it through, we follow a few YouTubers, and there was one guy traveling with the van, and he cooked everything in that pot.
You can. It's
and
amazing.
I thought, what is that? You know? And I found it, and then things of life that also I came across to an Instagrammer that was there, and she's cooking always with the Instapot, so I got a lot of ideas. And it's amazing.
I'll have to share my favorite recipes with you. I'll send them to you. I didn't know you were part of the club. I am. I absolutely love it.
But, you know, we talk always about the good things about yoga.
Sure.
But I'm sure that you have gone through tough times.
Oh, yeah.
And yoga has helped you carry those tough times. Can you share any of those?
Some of the tough times are just, like I said, that imposter syndrome. What am I doing in front of the room? That fear of failure. Am I going to just be embarrassed with myself when I tell my friends and family that I'm on this path to teaching full-time? Will it just be embarrassing because I have to go back to work? And so that's a lot of the struggles I've had is internally. And let's see, more struggles in not feeling like I'm as good as other teachers. That's another thing. Comparing myself to other teachers. That's been, I mean, it's still ongoing. It's, you know, you see another teacher, you love their cueing and their style. They have all their classes are full and waitlisted, and you're like, oh, I want to be like that teacher, you know. But learning the yoga aspect off the mat, the sitting with that feeling and knowing it's okay to feel that way, but also realizing that what I'm giving is different than what another teacher might be offering. It's my voice is different. It's going to attract a different person. Exactly. That maybe that person won't resonate as much with the other teacher. So just learning to really trust myself and be confident regardless of those things, that even if I have one student, which I have had one student, just one in the class, and sometimes no students. I mean, I've had to cancel workshops before because I didn't have anybody sign up. But if I have that one person, I'm going to give that person that connection. And I've had several of these classes with one person. I found that person needed that one-on-one.
That's why it was only there.
Yeah, that person needed to be there. And it was so special that we could be more relaxed and kind of chat a little bit and work through the postures and the sequence a little slower. And
that you could actually personalize a little bit more.
Exactly. So I've found that trying to trust that whatever is happening is part of the plan in a way.
Yeah.
So I think.
But that's actually what I like that you said. Finding that inner voice.
Yeah.
Because that's another of my questions, of course. Sure. Your flavor in yoga.
Yeah.
How would you describe your teaching style?
So I would say fun, maybe casual is the wrong word, but I want to say casual. I want to meet people like they're not looking at me in the front of the room like I'm this like yoga goddess thing, that I'm with them. I'm helping them walk through the same path I'm walking on, instead of being like superior because I'm at the front. I want people to feel like I can be approached, and I want them to let their guard down by me being myself and not going like super spiritual. I do have some spiritual aspects to my classes sometimes, but I really like to be approachable. I attract more of people who have either been away from yoga for some time or people who are first time coming to yoga, and I want to make them as comfortable as I can so they continue the practice for their whole life. Yeah. So I would say fun, approachable, more relaxed, and I would say that's my style.
I like it. But you know, that's, we talked about this, you and me before, but it's true. I think yoga it has two extremes right now. It has that elite, classes where people feel threatened because they think, oh, you say the word yoga and you have to see most of people's faces. Yes. It's like, oh, no, I cannot do that, you know? And it's like, I'm that kind of teacher that I always think I wanted to have it the people that is every day, that they can find the benefit.
Exactly.
Because yoga is not this mystical enlightenment, that everybody tries to find the enlightenment, and it's not about that. It's about just finding that connection, that moment of presence. And to me, it's what you said. Try to make accessible is the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make feel people a little bit more easygoing.
Yeah, I say a lot in my classes, bringing people back down into them, into their body.
Yes,
they can feel what it's like,
because we are so disconnected.
Yeah, we hold so much trauma and so much movement, and sometimes someone will walk in to a class and I think they're angry. When you look in the room and you see some faces, you're like, they hate me. But then maybe they take a pigeon pose and they're weeping.
Yeah.
And you bring them tissues and they hug you in the end because they were holding so much stress in their body and they let it go because they were finally able to connect with their body. That's what I want.
That's the beautiful thing, to see that transformation. And I think it's beautiful that we can hold spaces.
Oh yeah.
Offer them this space for you to just use it as you want.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, I like it. Myth busting moment. I like us to talk about that because there is misconceptions in the yoga world. For sure. What would you like to clear up in this podcast? A misconception.
So the first one I thought of right away is that yoga teachers are just doing yoga all day and they're meditating on a cushion and they never eat junk food or watch stupid TV or things like that. So I don't have as much time to practice yoga anymore, honestly, which is, I think that people who want to become teachers maybe think that because they can practice all day, but I don't have time. So that's one misconception. I'm not doing yoga all day. I do have my personal practice, of course. I try and maintain that, but it's harder than
it's very hard.
And then that you don't have to be flexible to take a yoga class, that men take yoga classes as well. That's a big one. People are nervous to come into the studio because they think that they have to be, I did a little Instagram bit about this, but they think they have to have the skill set to go in the class. Like, we're going to test them. Can you touch your toes? Come through the door only if you can touch your toes. No, we're going to show them what they can do if they can't touch their toes.
Exactly.
That's okay.
Exactly.
Some people never are going to touch their toes, and that's all right. We'll bend the knees and you can fold further, things like that. So I think that's a big misconception for people. And what else? I don't know. That's the first two that pop into my mind.
I think they're the biggest one because I always said, sometimes I think my classes will have more people if I would change the word yoga.
Yeah. For sure.
I remember some of the classes I teach in a very rural areas. So yoga is not this fancy word for them. It's like, oh, yoga, So you have to explain and do a lot of talking to tell them that, the benefits that they could have. But that's one of the things I think is the word yoga is already a misconception in general, because people have all these. I'm sure if you give a pen and a paper to somebody and you say, okay, just write 5 words after my word, and you say yoga, you would see the misconceptions there. And it's a pity. It's a pity because you're trying to make yoga accessible. And you're trying to bring these all benefits, and we need this podcast is about actually.
Yeah.
So people, you can come and do yoga. You don't need to be flexible. That's the most important thing, I guess.
Absolutely. I think that we could make it, make it more approachable in certain ways.
And that is not about this meditating all day.
Yeah. And it also starts with the studio owners and the teachers as well. Like the small studio that I work at. She approaches the Zen Den. I love that studio. I wish you could come to a class. It's so special.
I'm gonna come. I don't know when, but I'll be back. because
out.
I love the US. I love the US.
She is just the way she doesn't go into the super deep spiritual. We're trying to attract, we attract a lot of like middle-aged women who are trying to connect back to themselves that aren't necessarily into the spiritual, that they want to just feel their breath, feel their body, feel the movement, and that's the start, I think. If people want to go deeper, they can, and I know some people would hear that and say, no, you got to have the 7 limbs. You've got to talk about everything that is in every part of the foundations and philosophy, and I think that's too much to start. I really do.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But that's why I think that how our society has evolved, we also need to evolve in this teaching, you know, because at the end, not everybody's ready for that.
Right.
So little by little.
Little by little, exactly.
But you said that you don't have a lot of time for yourself, but do you have any daily rituals?
I try and do. I found this app that I really like. I'm not like supported or sponsored by them, but there's an open app, and it helps me to do meditation, breath work. They have like 4 categories that you can do every day. Small practice, 10 minutes. You do meditation, breath work, sound healing, and then movement of some kind. Oh, wow. It's not always yoga that they offer, but they do some strength, some mobility. I like that app. And then other than that, I try and do that every day, but as I'm not, some I teach at 5:45 in the morning. It's hard to do anything before that. But I try and at some point I like to do all of those, and that's like maybe doing it all together is like an hour.
That's very good.
But a yoga practice, I'm working towards having a great personal practice, but right now, to be honest, a lot of it is I'm prepping classes and I'm going through the sequence, but I'm writing it down
and then stopping and then you're starting.
So one of my goals for the year ahead is to try and go to one class that I'm not teaching.
Yeah.
To go to at least one class where I can.
It's necessary.
Yeah.
It's really necessary because I always says it catch you because I've got 2 jobs. So imagine you never have time.
Oh, sure.
But lately I've been a little bit. A month I have been out of teaching, and I went to a class. Yeah. And I was so happy. I thought, oh God, we missed that, So actually it's important. You're right, to have our practice, and I try to practice every day. Yeah. That's for sure. But life catch you. Yeah. So and when you start at 5:45 in the morning, I mean, Carly, I wouldn't.
That's hard. Yeah.
First class 5:45. That is really brave too. Yeah. By the way.
Thank you.
And now back to the real world that I always like. Teaching yoga can look very beautiful, very nice from the outside, but it's challenging. What would you say? What is? You said some of the fears you faced.
Sure.
But is it still now some things that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I think the physical toll it takes on your body to teach full time is. There's always this challenge. Like I want to stay fit, but I also don't want to get injured with fitness classes as well being mixed into that. So it's like finding a way to keep myself in shape, but also being mindful of how much I'm putting into teaching, because it's average, like the last couple of weeks I have 16 classes a week, so that's physically that's a lot, because I'm not always taking the full class. I demo sometimes, but mostly I like to walk around and check and adjust and make sure everybody's safe. But that's a balance. That's a challenge for me, to make sure I'm not doing too much, but I also doing enough so I'm also gaining strength. Yeah, it's a balance. So I'm working on figuring out what a good exercise program for me would look like while I'm also teaching so much. That's the thing. Yeah, so that, making sure your physical health is taken care of. I get burnt out and exhausted sometimes. I just come home from teaching. I'll have a few classes in the morning, a few at night, and I'm just wiped out. I'll fall asleep on the couch. Oh, wow. And sometimes like that. Not all the time, but sometimes you just get very tired. Yeah. And then you get tired of talking. Like sometimes I come home like yesterday. I taught my 2 morning classes yesterday. I came home and my husband's very awesome. I love talking with him, but I just didn't want to talk anymore. It wasn't like a fight or anything. It was just, I just kind of like needed space.
That space.
Yeah, just to take it inward and just be with myself and disconnect for a little bit. So it's a lot of output. You know, you got to make sure you're pouring back into yourself.
Yeah. I think that is, you said the word there, finding balance.
Yes, balance.
Because we're trying, of course, to show our students, you know, this presence moment.
Yeah.
But for us, sometimes it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Finding that presence.
Absolutely.
Because you're thinking about the class and you have to prepare the class.
Yeah.
And you have to be there for them too.
Yeah.
And it can be challenging.
It's hard to, I'm working on this a little bit more, being really present in the class, because sometimes I have 3 back-to-back and I'm like looking at my watch like 10 minutes left, and that takes you away from that moment with your students. So I'm trying to work on being more present. But it's hard.
It's hard. But it will come. I'm sure it will come, because once we will do that in another podcast.
Yeah.
We say that because I would love to talk about that teaching.
Oh, yes.
You know, the teaching myths and everything that it is around it. But looking ahead, Carly, what can we expect from Carly?
My online studio. That's a little plug there. I think last time I spoke with you, I was kind of like, I think I'm going to do it, but now I've gone all in, and I've created this website platform to offer online. I think I'm going to do live stream, but I think right now it's just on demand, like a video library, just so people. I was really drawn to this through my experience with chair yoga, and I said a lot of people can't leave the house, a lot of older people, so I want to put chair yoga classes online for people to use and connect with themselves in that way. So that's my project right now. I think it's pretty much ready to go. I just some finishing touches. And then finding sustainability within what I'm doing and just enjoying where I've gotten, because I keep saying, you know, what's the next step? Where's the next move? The next bar to raise, I guess.
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of like, maybe I'll just refine at this point. Refine. I think this year is about refining, enjoying what's been built, and then working on having something for people to access online.
That's nice. And you've talked about workshops.
Yeah.
You're still organizing workshops?
I haven't in a while. Yeah, I was doing yin workshops last year around this time, and I haven't committed to that right now, but I think I will. I think that would be a nice thing to offer.
Oh, wow.
Perhaps, yeah.
That's nice.
We could do it online too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of people now that they go for this online because they don't have time to move to places most of the time. And I think it's quite handy. But this is your space, Carly. Is it anything you would like to say out loud to our audience, or a message that you would like to say to yoga teachers or even to people who practice yoga?
Well,
would you like to share anything? I mean, I always like these spaces because I think it's a really nice place to share our feelings, our thoughts, you know.
Yeah, I think for yoga teachers, if you're passionate and you're committed, you can do anything you want. That, like I said before, opportunities will open up for you if you choose to take that road. And don't be scared. Maybe you even want to open your own studio. Just try it. There's so many different paths you can take. So that's for my yoga teachers. If they really want to teach full time, it's hard though. It's exhausting, but it's so worth it. So worth it. And then for students who might be nervous to come to a studio, just don't be. Just come, take the class and see where it takes you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, because I always say that there is always a teacher for a student.
Oh, for sure.
You know, if you, I remember I hated my first yoga class. The first time I went to a yoga class, I thought, what is that? You know, I hated it because I was a very active person years ago. Still, but in a different way. And I remember lying there and thinking, what am I doing here, you know? And that teacher was like talking so slowly that I was like, I'm going to fall asleep. But I always said there is always a teacher for a student. So if you don't like this class, try another one and you will find the voice.
Oh, for sure.
That's for sure. But Carly, I'm not going to let you go without knowing a little bit more about you.
Yeah, of course.
So we're going to go for the quick and fun final.
Okay, I love it.
So morning bird or night owl?
Morning bird, for sure. I love the morning. I mean, 5:45. Yeah.
You have to love mornings to teach
I have
at
to
that
love
time.
mornings. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I love the morning.
Nice. iOS or Android?
iOS for sure.
Good. A book or series that you're loving right now?
There's a series of books that I have, like what are they called? I had this ready for you. I forgot. It's Anatomy for Yoga. There's Anatomy for Pilates. There's Anatomy for weight. This person, I can't remember if it's one person who makes all the books.
Yes, it's
just
a woman, Elizabeth. We will put it on the notes.
Yeah, she is, the way she breaks down the movements in your body and the muscles.
It's
and
amazing.
Even the yoga philosophy is in this book. It's really, in the
It's
breath
really good.
work.
I've got the Anatomy for Yoga.
Yeah, it's
That
so
is
good.
really good.
That whole series is amazing.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading another book right now that actually I'm rereading, and I've had it for a while, but I'm reading it again. It's called Bringing Yoga to Life.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name, but I'll send it.
You'll send it to me and I'll put it in notes.
Farina, something like that.
Well, I've got on my list the book you recommended to me, the Inspired Yoga Teacher.
Oh, that's another good one. Forgot the one I told you about last
that
time.
one, I've got it already in my basket.
That's so good for class planning. Oh my goodness.
It's very nice. Well, I read the other book she's got.
Oh, she has another.
She's got another book. It's a Yin Yoga book.
Oh, nice.
I'll send it to you. I'm
please.
terrible with names. I can't remember the names.
I can't either. No big deal.
Okay, so your go-to comfort food.
Oh, I like carbs. Carbs. Pasta, bread.
Focaccia.
Oh my goodness, yes. I could just, fresh bread. I could just eat butter. Thick butter. I'm sorry, that might be embarrassing.
No, it is
bread,
not.
nice fresh butter. I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Or pasta.
Pasta.
Simple pasta too. I just
Oh,
a nice, a good quality pasta with a nice, fresh, simple sauce.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Homemade pasta.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so
I
nice.
like making pasta at home too.
Really?
I have one of the rollers.
Oh
the
God!
cranks.
It's one of the things
Yeah.
I need to buy because
Yeah.
I can't wait to. I've never made pasta at home.
Oh, really?
I've
It can be
eaten
easy.
fresh pasta, but I haven't made it.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer. So good.
I'm gonna write it down too. I'm gonna have to make a long list.
Yeah.
A place that feels like home besides home.
Oh, the Zen Den, that yoga studio. It feels like home for sure. Just either sitting there alone
That is
or
a lovely
every
studio.
face. I mean, they say that the average time that a student's at a yoga studio is 6 months, but we have people who have been there since the beginning, which is it's over. We've been open. She's been open over a year, but we've had the same people there the whole time.
Wow.
And so when I see the faces come through the door, I know what's going on in their family, in their life. I know what they like to talk about. I know about
That's
their
the nice thing.
dogs.
That's
I know.
what I love about classes.
Yeah.
That relations.
So that feels like home for me.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
love that studio.
Yeah.
I love that studio. I mean, I'm sending a message to her because she
yeah.
created a really nice place
She
there.
did. She did.
Even the space
It's so special.
through the screen,
small,
you
but
can
it's-
feel the energy.
Oh,
You know,
that's what she tries to do.
Yes, I mean it's a beautiful building too.
Yeah, and the elements that she creates, it's always extended shavasana.
Wow.
We do weighted eye
I
masks,
saw that.
essential oil. We walk around and they can smell the oil, and then and everything is just she bought nice blocks, really nice high-end mats, and people don't have to bring anything, and they don't clean. That's the other thing. People come, the mat's ready for them on the ground, and then when they leave, we just say, "Go enjoy your evening. Don't clean anything.
We will.
Please leave."
Oh,
Not
wow.
please leave.
Yeah,
but,
I know what
but
you mean.
please enjoy.
They don't have to.
run around cleaning. Yeah, we don't want anyone. So we clean everything, and
Wow.
and everything's. She went out of her way to make sure those details are special.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's all studios should be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, something people would be surprised to know about you.
Oh, my motorcycle.
I know, I didn't say anything,
I
but
thought-
I was about to say that.
I ride a Harley Davidson, a Sportster. I think it's a 2003. Yeah, but we love riding. My husband has one as well, and he's been riding a long time. But at one point, he had 2 motorcycles, and then I adopted one, and yeah.
You look so cool on it.
Thank you.
I
feel cool on it.
Yeah, you feel,
I do.
Because it's like that contrast between the yoga teacher and the Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it's so beautiful when it's nice out, not cold like today, but just to explore the country. You know, just to see all these back roads. We have a trip planned for June where we're going up to New Hampshire.
Oh.
We're going to stay in the mountains for a week with some other biker friends and just enjoy being out.
I mean, you live in a beautiful area.
I often forget how beautiful it is here, but to hear it again from a perspective of somebody who's not here all the time, it's like, oh,
I mean, I think we went through New Hampshire, didn't we? I think so. We went through New Hampshire. Yeah, that we went through New Hampshire, didn't we?
Partially.
Yeah.
Partially.
Yeah, but I just love that. And this area, I mean, like Vermont
and it's so quaint too, with the little tiny shops.
And the houses. I'm just in love with the houses here.
Yeah.
Our architecture back in Spain is totally different. And we've got lovely architecture too, don't get me wrong. But you've got these wooden structures
that colonial style.
I love it. I love it.
They're beautiful.
So yes, Carly on a motorbike. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. I love it too.
But Carly, it was lovely to have you here. I mean, we could be talking all morning.
I know. I feel like it's just
I
natural.
know that, but I think for the first episode, I think it's great to have you here and to know, people meet you. We're going to leave everything on notes. We're going to leave your studio and your socials so people can reach you out if they want to meet you.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This has been, you made me feel so honored to be here with you.
I am honored that you have come the whole way from your house to
you.
here, and it's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank
you.